Are you ready? Are you? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
What is your stress point today?
So you know how yesterday the whole thing was like, you know, being able to see everyone and the whole thing, and I just like to connect with people. So your computer does something automatically with the brightness. So when it's so bright, I guess, in here that your computer automatically makes the screen dark, so I can't see anything. I can't see anybody here. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
You do, though. and by the way, we're hearing the power of story in the world of Tony Robbins. Lots to unpack as we're here at Date with Destiny on location, right outside of Tony's studio. We got a platinum partner, brother Trey here, maybe some others. We'll see who's here in a second. And it's a story.
Awesome.
Look, I have no idea what's going on. You have every idea what's going on.
I have an idea what's going on, but like I can't see people's
sorceress.
faces. I don't know anybody's name.
So now you're like me.
Yes.
And so, like, you got to follow your Jedi mastery because I am blind.
And then like how do you see like people's names and stuff? I have to be like remember everything like you do.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to
watch how we do it. So I picture the participants in 2 boxes on this side, and I picture all the judges on this side, and I begin to create that. So watch.
Okay.
So we're about to step into Stephanie trying on being blind, like me, for a day, and I can feel what am I feeling? Because I don't want to categorize it because I don't want to have us go down a rabbit hole. So yes. So what are you feeling?
I am feeling, I guess it's uncertainty, and it is, you know, I think, you know, my biggest fear is like feeling or looking stupid. So if I forget names or don't know how to pronounce names, then I feel the fear of like letting people down or looking stupid.
And thank you for being that courageous and vulnerable, because we all make up stories all the time. You're anything but stupid, and you're anything but foolish. You're extraordinary, as these fine folks are. So can we have some fun today anyway? I know it's stressful. I know it's new and different. But here, rock this thing, because you're the influence sorceress.
You can do it, Steph. Yes.
Come on now.
We got this.
I know that's Gina Ricci.
I know that Gina Ricci. So Gina, welcome back from your illness, your time off, and congratulations on being back. Gina Ricci Who are these fine folks? So we got Trey here as well, of course. So where are we going?
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear Trey.
My boy Trey.
Hello.
Let's go.
We're live in studio too.
Yes.
Excellent. I love it. Now we know
smiles.
he's here. Glad to see you. We
Yes.
have first Joseph Musa, who I met with you, Trey.
My boy Trey.
Welcome, Joseph Musa.
Yes.
What up,
I introduced you guys.
You know what?
So
The screen is
Joseph-
kind of dark, but I just got to tell y'all smiles are the brightest. What I can see most.
Hey, smooth.
And that's
Good to see you. So
smooth. I like that. I received that, brother.
But that's like, we were just having this amazing conversation about, God here just moments ago. And what a positive, incredible way to look at it. It's like, yes, that really is all you can see on the screen is everybody's smile. So
That's true.
What a great reframe.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is Gina introduces everybody. So we're coming to Trey in a second. So Gina, tell us about Joseph.
Okay, so Joseph joining us from Miami, Florida. Musa, the mental mechanic, Sean, master negotiator for international IT companies like Twitter, Goldman Sachs, and Apple. He's also a music producer who came up to me at UPW, and we had such an amazing chat. And please, everyone, join me in welcoming Joseph Musa to the Real. Author, and he's an author too, by the way. So yeah.
Joseph,
Welcome,
you can't drop in any companies with better names than Goldman and Google. Come on, dude. What are you doing here? That's awesome. And how about a fun fact, Joseph? What's a fun fact about you?
A fun fact is that my father is from Sierra Leone, and he's one of 32 children, and my grandfather had 8 wives.
Oh. Whoa!
Wow.
Not sure how HR appropriate that is, but it's fact.
That is super impressive. Let's hear it for that.
Wow.
Let's hear it for not getting exhausted.
Yeah.
Endurance.
All right, you ready to have some fun, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Gina, who we got? We got Joseph.
Joseph, and with Joseph as a participant, we have Alexandra Paola Mayuri with us today from Orlando, Florida. She is a solar industry rock star, legacy power independent contractor. We met at our event, right?
Yeah.
Alexandra, please, everyone join me in welcoming Alexandra to Real Raw.
So Alexandra, thank you for being here. And Alexandra, what is your fun fact?
That I am a very motivated and passionate individual who's looking to change the world.
You guys.
There you go.
This is amazing. And Joseph and everybody here. So Alexandra, though, what might be something we might not fully expect to know about you? Right? For example, Stephanie, how much uncertainty rises when I kick it to that moment of what I'm going to say next? I'm just curious. Uncertainty meter is it registering at what level?
Not that meaning, I don't know, 30%?
Okay, cool. Just curious.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, right? So, for example, Stephanie's fun fact might be that a blind guy taught her to surf.
Yeah.
And that would be like a fun fact, like something you might not expect. So what might we not expect about you, Alexandra?
I guess that I'm a very shy person and that being here is very scary for me.
Excellent. Let's hear it. Well, thank you for stepping into your heart and your uncertainty. And what's your mission in the world, Alexandra? Like, how certain do you feel about your mission, purpose in the world? What is it?
Very. So I feel like my mission in the world is to serve as a life coach, to help others, to inspire them and influence them and impact the world by just helping people get one step closer to their dreams and leading a more fulfilled life.
Awesome. And Alexandra, what this show is all about, and everybody here, is the superpower of influence, because there's exponential differences in our ability to create influence. And for example, we just broke the flat sales record at UPW. I've had the privilege of speaking on Tony's stage, and you're like, oh, about sales? Well, sales is only an ugly, dirty word if it's non-integrous. When you're causing people to step into their dreams, their power, their future in all the beautiful ways, then influence is the most integrous superpower that could possibly exist. Trey and I had a beautiful conversation about faith a little while ago. I think 12 people helped turn into 2.2 billion. And if those 12 people didn't have the superpower of influence, and by the way, I don't think it's a Christian conversation only right this moment, because it's 2 billion Muslims. So, and a whole bunch of people in the Christian faith, the Muslim faith, the Islamic faith, had to have an extraordinary amount of influence to create that. Same way that Facebook was created, Google was created, Goldman Sachs was created, Warren Buffett, everything, Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, you name it, through the superpower of influence. Now, it could be non-integrous, it could be integrous, but that's the game we're playing. And shy is beautiful. It's what we do with the feeling, though, as we get that influence out to the world and how we do it. That's the game we're playing here, Alexandra. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. G Money. So now watch this how it's done.
We got Joseph and we got Alexandra.
Yeah, right on the right side is a J up here and A here. Seriously, does that feel?
It's working, yes.
Like, because you can then visualize the J and the A.
Yep.
Right now, the screen gets bifurcated. This is how to remember things when you're visually impaired. Because every day I meet people on the show.
Or memory impaired.
And I memorize them, right? And I know everybody's names and where they're positioned. I may make a mistake 1 out of 100 shows. Right, but I may make one today. But Joseph Alexander, amazing, Alexandra, and let's go. G Money. Who are our judges? We'll start with one.
We have Dr. Adrian Izaza with us today, joining us from Sarasota, Florida. Trilingual English, Spanish, French, PhD in medical sciences, nutrition, acupuncture, and chiropractor. He is a mixer, a chiropractic internist, and he combines his chiropractic techniques with allopathic treatments. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Adrian Izaza.
Amazing. So, Dr. Adrian, how are you?
Oh, great. I'm sorry about the video issue. I couldn't get it to work. But
all good, brother. All good. It's only compounding the uncertainty for Stephanie, but it's a fun experiment for the day, right? So, and Dr. Adrian, what is your fun fact, brother?
Fun facts, probably, the fact that I, speak 3 languages, no one sees it coming, but yeah, I speak Spanish and French as well. Yeah.
Amazing. I definitely don't see it coming because I'm blind. Stephanie definitely doesn't see it coming because you're not on camera and she can't see the thing. No, I'm having fun, brother. So I love it. And again, one more time for fun. You speak what 3? French, English, and
French and the Spanish.
And Spanish. Very cool. Bien, muy bien. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. That's the entire amount of French that I know. And au revoir. We'll see you in a moment. Dr. Adrian, awesome job. We put Dr. A up here mentally. Dr. A. So thank you for being here, brother. G Money. Who we got?
Next, this gentleman came to our event as well, Mr. Lyndon Sumlin, with us today from Gotha, Florida. He was at our Miami immersion. OsteoStrong, VIP, franchise, sales owner, proven leader. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Lyndon Sumlin to the
And then Lyndon will come in, but what do we put on this side of the screen?
We got Joseph and Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandra, right?
Alexandra.
Right.
Okay, Alexandra.
You guys can go call me Alex. It's easier.
Yeah, Alex. It's all, well, right. So I'm sharing with Stephanie and you guys, so I'll be thinking okay, we have Lyndon, but then I'll go back and I'll anchor it in deeper and deeper. So I'm bouncing back and forth, and we have Dr. A over here, anchoring. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So Lyndon,
yes,
welcome. Yes, we're coaching
Thanks,
and
Sean.
all the things. We're teaching. How are you? And by the way, were you in Nashville by any chance a short time ago?
Sean, yes, I was in Nashville for that event. I was in UPW in West Palm, and then I was with you in Miami.
Beautiful. And how we doing? And you're here today. What are you feeling? What are you seeing? Something must be here for you.
Oh, life is fantastic. I'm having a great time. Gina approached me in Miami and said, hey, do you want to be a part of Real World Oz? I love it. I love the community. I love what you're doing. I appreciate this whole deal that's happening with Unblinded and with OsteoStrong.
Awesome. Love it, Lyndon. Appreciate that very much. And of course, the founder of OsteoStrong is a gentleman that's extraordinary, Kyle Zagrodzky. And Tony Robbins is part of OsteoStrong. So it's extraordinary. And we had the privilege of speaking at the OsteoStrong convention a little over a month ago. Yes, I had the dissection. The dissection occurred already. So it was probably a month ago, right? Something like that. Okay, and Lyndon,
thank you so much for that, Sean.
No, thank you. And what's your fun fact, Lyndon?
Let's see. Well, there's a few of them that float around, but I'll give you one. At the age of 40, while living in New York, I found out I was adopted.
Wow.
Extraordinary fact. And how did that present for you, Lyndon?
In terms of the actual event, how it happened, the young lady who turned out to be my biological sister had been searching for me.
Wow.
She found me, and it turns out I was only living about 20 minutes from my biological mother.
Wow.
And Lyndon, how did you feel about all this?
Oh, I felt great. I mean, it was a shock to the system initially. But once I called my dad who raised me, and asked him, hey, this young lady called me. She says she's my sister. What do you think? And he was quiet. And it's the first time I've known him to be quiet in my life. So I knew something was up. So I called her back. We made arrangements for her to come visit my family, and then went over and met Mom. And Sean, it was quite the moment to walk into her apartment there in the Bronx. And here's this person that's looking like a female version of me.
Wow.
And so then on my right is my sister, on my left is my wife, and they're just sobbing in the moment. And I'm just trying to take it all in.
Well, thank you, and appreciate that, and appreciate you. I have the privilege of my goddaughter being adopted, Jillian, and it's been a beautiful journey and part of her life. You know, the dynamics of biological and family of choice and those things, and so it fills my heart. I am so thankful that you expanded your family, and it sounds like an incredible moment. Thank you for sharing it here today.
Absolutely, it's been a wonderful journey.
All right, awesome. So we have Lyndon, we have Dr. Adrian, and we have as judges also G Money, Gina Ricci. Who?
We have. So, Sean, outside of UPW, I met these extraordinary men separately, brought them together. We had this, I don't even know how many hour conversation, started with the extraordinary Trey Roth right behind you. And love these heart-centered, extraordinary people. So Trey, founder of Yay Stack. I understand you're a recent flat, so congratulations, Trey. Serial entrepreneur, married his middle school sweetheart. His story is unbelievable. Ashley, father of 4, fearless, yes. And I'm so glad to see you again, you guys. Please join me in welcoming Trey Roth to the Real Raw.
Trey's literally in the house.
And you know what's amazing is that I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a line to the bathroom. Now, this is what happened. I was walking in the hallway and I was gonna use the restroom, but at the men's room, there was this long line. And I thought, well, you know what? I know how this works. If I just wait a few minutes, that line's gonna be gone. And sure enough, it was. But because there was a line, I turned to Gina. And I could just feel her positive energy, and I'm drawn to that. And I said, hey, I just introduced myself. And here we are. So it's amazing. I love to look back and see how the dots connect. I actually signed up as a plat because a young lady was wearing white shoes. It's crazy. But because there was you remember this, Gina? That there was a line to the bathroom, and I turned around and came back to you because I was like, I'm gonna wait. And now here we are.
Here we are.
Awesome job. Let's hear it for that. And Trey, what's a fun fact about you that we might not otherwise expect?
I appreciate you asking, Sean. So you were talking earlier about the power of story. So the short version of this one was, it was the summer between 3rd and 4th grade. We moved to a new town, went to a playground, and I saw this girl, and the clouds parted and the sun shone through on her, and I fell in love. But she did not fall in love with me because I was short, I was significantly overweight, I had very bad teeth. My teeth were cattywampus. I mean, Rogue Squadron was named after my teeth. It was bad. I just was a mute because kids would make fun of me, actually. They would call me vampire kid and stuff. So I just decided, you know what, I'm not gonna even talk. As a matter of fact, I would try to be in a bad mood so I wouldn't be tempted to smile, because I was that self-conscious about my teeth, and I just didn't talk to people. But I had this crush on this girl. 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, same girl, same crush. So finally, 8th grade rolls around, and I decided to do something about it. So I go running midnight to 2 a.m. I didn't want people to see me. I lose a bunch of weight. I grow up a bit taller. I get braces. I start smiling. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People, which changed my life. Then I finally built up the confidence to ask her out. It's the beginning of 9th grade. I'm 14, she's 15. She says yes. And we date for 7.5 years to the day of our wedding. And now we've been married for 14 years.
That's
Such a great story.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So seemingly impossible dreams do become reality. Everybody on this call right now, the 2 of y'all, all of y'all, Gina, Musa, we all have impossible dreams, right? They become reality all the time. So keep them front and center, dream big, work hard, and watch it come true.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Extraordinary Man and Trey and G Money. We have one more judge, I think.
Well, I think we're actually up to the influence sorcerers
we are
now
up
at
to
this
the
point,
influence
Sean
sorcerers.
Callie. Yes, please.
Yes, we do. Okay, so we know this woman. I forget her story.
She sold tots or something. I like that.
And the boss.
She's the boss, that's right. Started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old, progressed to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. At the ripe old age of 24, she became the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Not 8642, not 357 or 9. #1, 24 years old, first woman, youngest ever to do it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's what this woman did. And now she speaks on stages, I don't know, around the country, soon to be around the world, co-host The Real Raw, spoke with the actual Jerry Maguire at the AFB Gala, also at Unsilenced Voices and other places like that. The one, the only, Stephanie Ann Vihan. Let's do it. Over you, ma'am.
Hello.
Your fun fact.
My fun fact. Oh, let's see. My fun fact today is, I think just being here at Date with Destiny and having when you put yourself into environments where you desire to grow, especially when your top need is growth, God will put some complicated situations in front of you to give you those opportunities to actually grow. And my fun fact, it is really an honor and a privilege to be able to be in this room. And I got Gina and everyone. Trey, do you guys know that I got to see, and Trey, you probably did too if you were in the room.
Trey, come a little closer to talk. Okay.
Yeah. The coolest guy ever spoke on Tony Robbins' stage. I wish I could remember his name. Maybe Trey might remember his name.
It was incredible, and it was perfect because I walked in right when you started. I was like, perfect timing.
Oh, it was Sean. Oh, that's his name.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So my fun fact is, I got to see now that I can remember his name, because I got everybody else's on screen, but I wasn't sure where I put you on the screen.
Thank you. Yes.
So Sean Callie, yes, I got to watch him step on Tony Robbins' stage and influence individuals to say yes to joining the Platinum Partnership world of Tony Robbins, and it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and first of all, thank you. I give all the credit to God. I am so grateful. It's his own story. My life was saved. I had aortic dissection 7 weeks ago. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time there, but incredible gratitude, miraculous healing. Number one. Number two, I had the privilege of being the 14th time that I've taken Tony's stage, and it's an honor and privilege every time because I believe in his work to the ends of the earth and the impact it has on me and millions of people across the globe. Third fun fact is that my partner may have met a very nice young lady at UPW who, they've been chatting a little bit back and forth, Adam Gugino, with this person, and they were texting right before I was going up, and this is a person who was in no way, shape, or form considering Platinum Partnership, and texted Adam as soon as I was done, I just signed up for Plat. So,
oh my gosh!
Fun fact, in real time, we had a human being that direct and happening. So it's beautiful, and it's an honor and a privilege. And it's also an honor and privilege that Trey, you're here, Joseph, you are here, Alexandra, you're here, Dr. Adrian, you're here, and of course, Lyndon, you're here, and Gina Ricci, that you're here kicking us off, making magic happen. Gina Ricci, when you're not here traveling with us, something is missing. We love you, you're incredible, and we'll see you soon for the multiverse.
We also have an incredible soul who I admire so much. I meet a lot of people. I'm super grateful. This guy that's on the left of your screen right here. Yeah. Gina, will you set this up, please? Because this guy, y'all listen to his words. It's impactful.
And who is that?
So I'm raising the bar for you, buddy. It better be. No, I'm kidding. Please.
Joseph, well, listen, I have the privilege of
I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, thank you for letting me bring these extraordinary people together, for going to UPW, because I got to meet everyone here, and everyone enjoy the multiverse, have fun on The Real Raw. I can't wait to see you all again soon.
We're about
Ciao
to hear
for now.
this magic. So now we rock. So,
okay, cool.
So this has
just
been
making sure, because I see you over there, buddy.
So is Musa like a nickname or something?
Oh no, Musa's actually my last name.
So
Joseph
Joseph,
is the last name.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha,
so it's
gotcha.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so,
Yes.
so listen, Joseph and Trey and everybody. So what we do is we are exploring the superpower of influence. Because yes, in our selling, our marketing, our recruiting, our managing, our leading, our fundraising, for profit, not for profit, drives all the things. And that's the game that we're playing here. And it's how we actually change the world. It's how we actually change our lives, our team's life, all the things is the superpower of influence. And so let's step in. Who's going first?
Let's go with Joseph.
Joseph.
Right.
Stephanie will be, so now you're a judge.
Okay.
Sorry, so Trey's a judge,
Okay.
Dr. Adrian's a judge, and Lyndon is a judge, and they're gonna be like assessing what's happening. And they're gonna come to you for feedback in a little bit. And Joseph and you and your extraordinariness, those small clients like Google and Goldman and other, small clients you have like that.
Right.
Stephanie could be somebody from a major corporation. She could be a person internally you're having a challenge with. Actually, she could be the president of the United States that you want to say, hey, let me help you in your re-election campaign. She could be any ideal client. She could be anybody that you're seeking a yes from.
Yeah.
We're not pitching, we're not hooking, we're not closing. We're sharing integrous influence and what it looks like, how we connect, open listening, drive forward to yes. And Joseph and all, it doesn't need to be the ultimate yes. It doesn't need to be the ultimate yes. What it needs to be is just the next yes. So it could be for a longer meeting or it could be the ultimate yes. So
Yeah,
Joseph,
understood.
yeah, awesome. Who would you like Stephanie to be?
Stephanie, I would like you to be yourself, first off, but in this scenario, I would like you to be the owner of one of the top malls in Miami.
Ooh.
The top, what was it?
Malls.
Mall. Ooh,
One
I
of the top
love
malls in Miami.
For you in this scenario.
I love malls, Joseph. I got that.
Right. And so the purpose of this scenario is the fact that along with my
Joseph,
book,
you don't even have to tell her. You don't have to tell her what your outcome is. Just tell her who she is. So does she need to know anything more than she's a top mall owner in Miami?
well, I guess just in regards to the scenario of it being that there's a vacancy within her mall, and I'm trying to get my clothing brand Forever Fearless in there.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
I love it. Awesome.
that would
Joseph,
be helpful.
take us in.
Okay,
Hello,
excellent.
Stephanie.
Stephanie, how are you today?
I'm wonderful, Joseph. How are you?
Excellent.
What can I do for you today?
Yes. So again, I do appreciate you taking time to have this meeting. And, I think first things first, I definitely just want to commend you on having such an exceptional year and being considered for Mall of the Year here in 2021 after such a devastating year in 2020.
Well, thank
So
you. I
congrats
appreciate
on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. So in that regard as well, the reason why I'm reaching out is because I was informed that you do have a vacancy within your mall as well, and right between the Louis Vuitton store and the Nike store. And I figured, hey, if there's ever a time for my brand to be in one of these malls, it's now, And so obviously doing a little research on you and understanding a little bit about your faith, I think it would almost be fitting the fact that I have this brand Forever Fearless. I'm not sure if you could see, but we do have some samples right here, and you can see the quality of some of the clothes and some of the edits that are on there. I've actually chased down the manufacturers of Louis Vuitton and Nike as well, and so the quality is there, right? And so the purpose of this brand is to be purpose propelled, and ultimately being able to influence people like myself and those that are out there to turn anxiety into ecstasy, to turn tragedy into triumph, to turn dreamers into proper doers, and this is the brand that you don't just wear, but you live, So I'm hearing some heavy feedback in the back.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Sorry.
No problem. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it just calm down on your side. But yeah, as I mentioned, again, that is the purpose of the brand, is so that people are constantly reminded to live fearlessly, because every day we do have a choice, right? And so you can either choose to live out faith, or you can choose to live by fear, and so when people see this brand, it's the fact that they're saying, I am going to go after my dreams today. Hey, I am going to start that. Even, again, like as I research your story, the fact that you started from nothing and now you have an entire mall. I know you obviously love to shop, and so I would hope that you'd be able to shop at this store as well, while still be able to keep the quality and be able to give the candidates and clients what they need. And so with that, would like to understand from you, where did the last store that you did have in that vacancy, what do they do well, and then where do they fail?
Well, I will say this, Joseph, because I only have about 30 more seconds. I really like where you're headed. Yes, I have a strong faith Christian background, so it sounds like it could be something. I'm not sure if it's right for the community. We'll have to kind of, see that's something that we tread carefully, but maybe that's something that would be warranted in a longer conversation.
Yeah, understood. Well, with that being said, again, I want to respect your time. I understand we're both busy people. Well, what would be the next best time that we can speak? And I can tell you more about the brand and some of the numbers that we've been able to do that I think would be respectable for your vacancy at this point.
Yeah. So Joseph, why don't you email me, since I can't see anything right now, my computer's not working well, so why don't you email me at stephanie.vihan@unblindedmastery.com, and we'll figure out what to do next. Great job.
Excellent.
Awesome job, Joseph. Appreciate that. We're going to get to the judge in a moment. Alexandra, are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. After that, I don't think I'm ready.
You are definitely ready. We're going to have some fun. Who would you like Stephanie to be, Alexandra?
Okay. So being that I'm in the whole solar industry, is it okay if she is like a homeowner and I'm trying to convince her?
All day long.
Yeah.
It's your scenario.
I got multiple homes.
Yes. So
Okay.
Stephanie's ready. She's a homeowner. Take us in, Stephanie.
Hello, this is Stephanie.
Hi, how are you? My name is Alexandra. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful, Alexandra, and yourself?
Good, good. So the reason for is this a phone call?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Okay. So the reason I'm calling is just basically to kind of inform you about what we're doing. Do you know anything about how the whole solar industry works?
Honestly, I have no idea. I hear people talk about it. I think it can save some money on some bills, but those things are kind of like not that attractive on top of the roof, and so I haven't really looked into it because I really like the aesthetics of my home.
Right, gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, do you know anybody who's personally done it themselves, or you just kind of?
I actually don't know. Nope.
Okay. Well, basically, so essentially how it works is that you would be able to put an asset on your home. Do you own a home yourself? Or?
I do own a home, yes.
Okay. And so you would be able to put an asset on your home. So something that would increase the value of your home and something that would allow you to, know the future price of all of your electric bills so that you don't have to worry about increasing prices that you're subject to as a homeowner. As everybody else around you as well, as the grid continues to expand, more people move down to the state of Florida, and just the prices continue to go higher and higher. I'm pretty sure you've noticed the inflation going on right now with the gas prices.
Definitely haven't noticed that. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
We've made quite a bit on our home.
Yeah. Okay. So the best benefit about it is just you get to help out the environment and you get to benefit from the savings from day one. And that there's no money out of pocket. You just essentially make the switch over to something that's going to help you save money and help you increase the value of your home as well. And so what would be something that, what is a concern for you that would be holding you back from choosing to make that decision?
As I mentioned, my biggest concern is the aesthetics, like having, they seem to be these big bulky things on the roof that just, don't really aesthetically look that good to me. So that would be my biggest concern. I don't know what, the installation cost is, all of that. So I'm not sure if installation cost, if it really weighs out the money that's saving for, having to look at these eyesores on the top of my roof all the time.
Okay, I see what you mean. So we actually use black on black panels, so they actually don't have those, little silver grid lines and everything that you're probably used to seeing with the older panels. And then as far as, aesthetics and everything, well, what's more important to you, the aesthetics or more of the increasing value of your home and getting to save money?
That's a very tough question, Alexandra. I'll be honest with you. I will be very honest with you, but maybe if you can sit down and show me some numbers, it might be something that if it's that much of a savings, if it was like a couple $100, probably wouldn't make that much of a difference. If it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it might be a bigger conversation.
Yeah, so most homeowners actually save anywhere from 30 to 50% of their savings immediately, and then especially over time, that's just way more than 30 to 50%. But
like I got to run right now, but maybe if there's something you can send me, I'll take a look.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can send you some more information on our company and everything that we do, and more information about myself. Can I have your email?
Yes, Stephanie at unblindedmastery.com. Great job.
Excellent. So let's start with our judges. 30 seconds of feedback. Let's start with Trey.
Okay.
15 seconds, what worked. 15 seconds, what could be optimized. Then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. And that 1 to 10, what that's looking like, a 1 would be, this was so bad, I'm going to jump right into that little lagoon out there with the alligator in it, and I'm going to get alligators. I'm going to get eaten. That's a 1. 5 is like, I'll give you like another 30 seconds. A 10 is, I am not letting this person out of my sight, and I'd rather jump in with the alligator than not do business with them. So Trey, Joseph, please.
Joseph, I have tremendous respect for you, and I love what you're doing, and I so appreciate you, sharing with us. So I score you at a 7 because I really love what you're doing. I love that you did implement some story in there. Story is huge for me. So the improvement that I'm leaving room for is the call to action. Simplicity changes behavior more than motivation, and so we focused a lot on yours with the motivation, but we didn't capitalize on the simplicity.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Now let's go to.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's go to Alexandra.
Okay, Alexandra. Hey, Alexandra, how are you? It's a pleasure to connect. I am going to give you a 7 because I admire you and I acknowledge you. You shared earlier that you're shy and that this makes you nervous, and you stepped out of your comfort zone and you shared this moment with us. And so I'm just honoring you with that. I leave the room for improvement because 1, please share story, and then do ask questions to connect. So I would even say 6 or 7, but I'm giving you that 7 because of how you've stepped out of your comfort zone for us. Thank you.
Beautiful feedback. Great congruence, great energetic transference. That man is congruent.
Yes.
AKA, as Joseph said, smooth.
Smooth. There you go.
So let's go with this. How about Lyndon? Please, what do you have for Joseph?
Hey, Sean. Joseph, fantastic. I tell you what, you got me with the name of that brand, Forever Faithful, or Fearless. Yeah, Forever Fearless. Here's what I would say. I think Trey and I are aligned. The 7 resonates with me. I was thinking of that even before he said it. And the why on it would be this. I thought that Stephanie gave you some great interest signals, and you had done your research on her. You knew that she was a person of faith. You knew that she came from nowhere and now owned this mall. And I just thought that at some point in there, you could have capitalized on that and pursued that conversation with her to bring her more into you, so that when you reveal your awesome brand, Forever Fearless, she's going, personally, I gotta have that.
Awesome job, Lyndon. And what is your score?
7.
7.
Nice.
Awesome.
Excellent job. And how about Alexandra?
Alexandra, again, thank you for sharing the way you shared and being so open and honest, especially with the shyness piece of it. So I could tell that was maybe a little bit of an inhibitor in terms of engaging with Stephanie initially, but once you got going, you were there. Again, I would say that Stephanie gave you some amazing buying signals. She gave you what her objections would be, and so perhaps pursue that even more. The aesthetics, the cost, the comparison between what it's going to cost to install it versus what the savings are going to be, that sort of thing. And then the close might have been just on the next appointment to review those things. So with
great
that in
job,
mind, I'd say maybe a 6.
And what was your score for Alexandra?
I go with a 6.
6.
Nice.
Thank you, Lyndon.
Thank you for that. Lyndon, sure. Yes. Dr. Adrian, what did you have, please, for Joseph?
All right, for Joseph, I think he did a great job. He congratulated Stephanie initially, just showing her he had done some research before even talking to her. He talked about the quality of his product. He was very clear on what he wanted. He talked about the philosophy as well. He asked questions towards the end. I think it was great. Gave him a 7 as well, but overall, great. It was great.
Nice. Excellent job. And how about, would you have Dr. Adrian for Alexandra?
All right, so different approach. So I got to see 2 different styles. She started with some baseline questions to kind of measure and assess, Stephanie's knowledge, and from there kind of explain and go over a lot of things. I also gave her a 7. Well done.
Nice. Excellent job. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so now I think we should all just take a nap and say goodbye.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because I had a, listen to this. Alexandra, right? Can we talk for a second?
We're going to go here again.
Alexandra, can we talk for a second?
Yes, sure.
Yes. So, you're shy, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm shy too. And I had to wake up this morning and speak in front of 5,000 people between live and virtual. That's not an easy morning. Would you say that, Alexandra?
No, not at all.
Yes, and be assessed by like timekeepers and like cellos, like the music, and there's changes of where we're gonna do it from, if I can bring people up on stage or not bring people up on stage, and it's like the clock and the time and then this and the power went out. It's a lot of stress.
So stressful.
So stressful. Poor me, Alexandra.
You.
And so, wouldn't you think that Stephanie would give me a break today? But are you gonna give me a break?
Why would I do that?
Ah.
Because listen, as much stress as you were in, you chose it. You said yes when they, beg you to speak and ask you to come on stage. You say yes. So you could have just said no and like laid out by the pool and went swimming. And then, you and Tink wouldn't have been working on a talk and memorizing, things and being of service. You could have just been like laying out by the pool.
Well, yeah. So this is how my life rolls, everybody. So what's about to happen is this woman's going to put my butt on the hot seat. And that's what happens now.
I like when you do the hot seat dance.
Yes,
Can you do that again?
The hot seat. Yeah, it's like Dr. Tennant's charge things on my butt, right?
Yes.
So
which I put on my tongue yesterday, which was not a smart move.
Why did you do this? This is like the kid that licks the like swings in the middle of the winter, and it's like this all the way.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you don't put your tongue on electrical devices when they're plugged in.
From the
just
movie
FYI.
Christmas Story. Why the heck did you do this? Tell me the truth.
Do we have to go? No, we're going back to putting your butt
Yes,
on the hot
why
seat.
did you put your tongue on Dr. Tennant's electrical device?
So first of all, there's a biomodulator and a biotransducer.
We don't need this. Just tell me why you put your tongue on it.
Because it wasn't plugging in, the biomodulator wasn't plugging into the biotransducer.
Okay.
And so I needed to squeeze the little circle part to make it like go on tightly. And I didn't realize it was still on when I went to bite it to squeeze to like make it tighter.
Well, maybe it was the shock you needed.
Yes.
That was
and that's why I did a lightning bolt.
Yes, so that must be what happened on the system today.
So always transparent we are. I asked Trey in a moment, as you guys were sharing so beautifully, hey Trey, would you want to be the one? I figured you were gonna like do this thing that you do to me. And Trey's up for it.
All right.
So I'm gonna step what we didn't do, of course.
I don't even know what I'm up for,
Yeah,
but let's go.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it is. So Trey, have I influenced you on the scenario?
No.
You haven't prepared this at all?
No.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna step away. You guys tell me when you're ready for me.
Okay.
Trey, please jump
Okay,
away.
let's go.
So this is so we have these,
This is fun.
These participants that
Embracing
uncertainty. Welcome to my club.
Welcome to my club.
Why does
This
it
is
say
home for me.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
great.
Something that I was muted or something. Okay.
How'd you see that? The screen is so dark.
Because I noticed the box that was up. But anyhow, so Alexandra and Joseph, were on the hot seat, had to go from hello to yes, set up a scenario. So this is where, Trey, you get to set a scenario that Sean goes from hello to yes. We're not ready for you. That we get to go, that you get to set up a scenario that Sean goes from hello to yes on anything. So like he has had to be a conservative New Jersey attorney that had to he was a Burning Man goer that had to convince a conservative New Jersey attorney on why he should go to Burning Man.
Yeah.
That was super fun. He's role played President Trump on why and convincing President Biden on why he should still build the wall. He's been President Biden convincing Donald Trump on why they should do the vaccines. He was, even a couple of weeks ago, role played Muhammad Ali to the Supreme Court to Kalia Ali, his daughter, and she said she actually channeled Muhammad Ali. So is there any specific scenario that you would like to see? Okay, he's got it. All right. All right, Sean, we're ready.
Let's go.
All right, what do we got, Trey?
Okay, now I'm out here.
I don't even know the scenario yet. Okay, what's the scenario?
Could you please move out of that chair? Trey, sit here. Is that
Here,
good?
let's do that.
So
Here we go.
stay with us,
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Yes, please.
I've got $1 million to give.
Yes.
Why give to the Tony Robbins Foundation?
Ooh. I love this. All right. So, Trey. Hey, my name is Sean Callaghan. How are you?
Trey Rock. I'm great. How are you?
Amazing. So, brother, I understand that we got like 3 minutes to talk today, and all I'm going to ask is if something resonates in your heart from our conversation, that we'd have a longer conversation, because I'm certainly not going to ask you to do something in 3 minutes, as we're just going to know each other. Okay?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you. So can I ask, what brought you? I heard your beautiful story of white shoes, black outfit. Amazing.
That's right.
Right? So, but what prompted you to join this ecosystem? Something still had a call to your heart, your soul. You know, I know somebody's like, hey, you got to do this. Like, but what made you say yes?
Yes, I've learned to say yes when prompted, when I'm 51% decided, and I was not planning to spend $85,000 on Platt, wasn't even thinking about it, but I knew that it was divinely led, and in a moment, I said yes because of that.
I'm hearing divinely led.
Yes.
So my listening tells me you're a person of faith.
Absolutely.
Okay, and how does faith, and I did have the privilege of getting to know you a little bit before, that you said that you're divinely led to your beautiful wife.
Yes.
You met early in life.
Yes.
Beautiful, incredible story. Thank you for sharing it.
I appreciate it.
And so how does your faith fit into your mission in life and to impact the world? Like, where's the faith? Yeah.
Well, you're right, Sean. We actually had a few moments before this call started, and I shared with you about how I survived a plane crash.
Yes.
And that in the moment I thought I was going to die, when the plane was what I thought was going to barrel roll, my body completely relaxed, and I had the most serene moment of my life, facing what I thought was my death. The plane didn't barrel roll, and I survived. Looking back, I recognize the value of ownership of your faith, even when facing death, such that you can have the most peaceful moment of your life, Sean, facing death with that level of trust. So that's why faith is so important to me, and I want to share that with others.
That is absolutely extraordinary. And in sharing your faith, though, what's the mission? To expand God's kingdom on earth? Like what, or to just touch a life? Like what's,
my purpose right now, Sean, is to help people see how wonderful they are and their lives are. And a big part of that is for them to understand their identity. And that's largely from, hey, your Creator loves you and made you with love and with a purpose. And so that's why I'm here.
That's awesome, brother. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful, beautiful mission. I know we only have about a minute or so left. Is it okay if I drop in a little on me?
Let's go.
Yeah. So my mission in this world is to cause leaders to lead leaders, to come together. I call it merging ecosystems, for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion relationships, or at least more than 10, and certainly more than 3. Like 1 + 1 = a lot more than 2, right? To make the world an even greater place. So nice words, right? You know, a little catchy thing, right? But I thought about that for 2 years to come up with that sentence, right? And the why behind it is that I do believe someday I'll stand before God. And a lot of people are like afraid that, okay, well, did I do this? Did I commit that sin? Did I like take a look? And I honor everybody's faith, but here's what I believe I'm gonna be held accountable to. The talents I was given and how I multiplied them and expanded them. All right, so that's the core of my mission, is to find ways to come together with people to create more. And I've had the privilege of doing that here in the Tony Robbins ecosystem. And you know, I know we just know each other a little bit, but Tony Robbins actually said in front of a room full of people recently, hundreds of people, platinum partners, that nobody leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan. If you know what he's up to, you need to.
That's amazing.
And thank you. And that has very little to do with me. It has to do with God.
Yeah.
Has to do with Tony and his sensing that like there's more here, and I've been serving and giving and doing. But a part of the story a lot of people don't know is that the way I got connected to Tony initially was at an event, and I mentioned this to you before we started today, that he had a little competition, about $100 bill, and I made a sizable donation, and I won this like contest. And it shocked the room, it disrupted the energy. But that came from my Callaghan Christian Foundation, right? And because of that, I'm sure it opened Tony's listening. I got a beautiful message from him. And that was the beginning 3.5 years ago of 14 times on that stage. And I was the person that raised the money for his birthday, the 1.7 million. I was in the microphone in the Platt room for ending sex trafficking. But what's the point? The point is that it came from my Callaghan Christian Foundation to his foundation, which feeds millions of people, plants trees to change the world, saves kids from sex trafficking, does all of those things. He gave $8 million for his birthday. to charity, to end sex trafficking, not to mention the trees, all the things. But what does that have to do with you, and why am I saying it? Oh, it's a great cause. No. You want to change the world? Not only is it a great cause, but do you know what it did for my life when Tony Robbins said, Sean Callaghan, ... And now that Tony Robbins says, and he doesn't push it, he doesn't press it, he does acknowledge he's a Christian. So my donation to that foundation caused the deepening of relationship with Tony, added massive value to my mission, and most importantly, well, actually added massive value to my mission, saved kids from sex trafficking, fed people, and disrupted the carbon footprint by planting trees. And people are like, oh, Tony Robbins is an airplane. He's replaced his carbon footprint times like 1,000, right? But most importantly, it impacted God's kingdom on earth.
Let's go.
You know, so brother, if any of that resonates, I'd love to talk more about it, but that's my testimony. How does that resonate with you or not?
Emphatic yes.
All right, well, thank you, brother.
Thanks, Sean.
Appreciate it. Let's see it for Trey. All right, so we're out of roll. Trey, how did that feel for you?
That was fantastic. Thank you. I feel your empathy, I feel your connection, and thank you for remembering the details and actually recalling some details from our conversation. So you were telling me, hey, Trey, I was listening.
Yeah.
And I felt seen, heard, and appreciated. So thank you.
Yeah, and Oprah Winfrey said she held the microphone for 30,000 people because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters. And amen to that. Yeah. And when we're present at that level and listen at depth and feel the heart and soul of people, it transforms everything. Stephanie, how'd that feel for you?
Absolutely, magical. And I can't wait till we do more of this, like in person in the office in Paramus, just because the energy that you can feel here, because you can feel your care, you can feel your heart, I can feel like Trey receiving, and it's absolutely beautiful and magical. And you mentioned level 5 listening, is one of the 12 indispensable elements, because what I'm hearing is like, so when people say certain things like divinity, your level 5 listening is they have faith. And that's what I love so masterfully about what you do. And Trey said, he felt heard and seen and understood by you. And it is because of the level 5 listening and the 12 indispensable elements.
I'd love to point to this wonderful,
please.
God really does have a sense of humor. Isn't it funny, we'll use that word, for me to feel seen more by this gentleman than anyone else?
Well, thank you.
That is.
And brother, that's why we call it Unblinded.
Yeah.
Because we don't see, me included. We all don't see what we don't see, and I'm working on myself every day. And I'm better than I was a week ago, and I'm better than I was a year ago. I'm better than I was 10 years ago. And I love myself each and every day. I know I'm perfectly imperfect. I'm thankful to God. But Unblinded is about constantly growing, accelerating, and how we have the superpower of influence integrally, where we apply it for exponential acceleration, and how to get ourselves emotionally to use it. So thank you for that. And Alexandra, just real quick. So I know you're shy, and I by the way, I am actually shy. We joke about it. I've dealt with it. But when my parents used to have people come over to the house, I wouldn't even talk to them. And I would be like so uncomfortable and so self-conscious that I'd be like, hi, like I would put my head down and walk through. But Alexandra, how was that experience, that conversation with Trey, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, that was amazing. It's like like how he was saying, like the irony is just like, you're not well, but you see him and you really hear him, and that level 5 listening as well. It's just, it was amazing. And just you being able to like recall things from previous conversations, like yeah, that was great. That's something that I'm definitely trying to implement more in my life, so that I can be more of an active listener, and not, I guess, worry so much about just like I guess like socially being anxious, and just focus more on the other person and how I can help them.
And Alexandra, people want to talk to you if you listen to them. And in listening, any shift in body language, energy, tone, speed, pitch, or pull back in any word you hear, divinity. You don't hear a lot of people use the word divinity. You might hear, how you doing? I'm good. How you doing? Extraordinary. Wow, what's extraordinary? Any word that has energy or is unique, we just question into, and it expands, opens the conversation. And then we also think no human being says a single word to us they don't want us to know. So Trey said divinity because he wants you to know, everybody here to know about divinity.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then Alex, I'm curious. So thank you again. I just honor you for stepping out of your comfort zone and just telling us that from the beginning. Does this experience, fill up your fear tank or your faith tank, and having had this call with us?
Oh, for sure. For faith. Yeah, definitely.
Why?
Yeah, just because it shows me that like I don't have to be so fearful, that I can just really see humans for what they are, and I don't have to be so anxious socially. And I can just engage with people and connect with them on a heart and soulful level, the way that you guys just did. So.
I love it.
And just remember this, it's all a story. There's actually no rejection. There's no failure. Your survival brain tells you that rejection and failure exist because at one point, if you did fail or rejected, you would die. So primally, it's wired into our nervous system. It's a lie. It's not real. Very understandable. You feel that way, but it's the beginning of journey forward. So, and by the way, Alexandra, people are like, I don't know. They go on this real raw thing. What is this thing? I don't even know what it is. What would you tell them, Alexandra?
But what I what? Sorry?
What would you tell people if they're like, what's this real raw thing? I heard about it. Should I go on the show? What would you say?
Heck yeah. It's a show where you have to take people from no to yes, and you have to show people, what you're all about it, and how you bring value in exchange conversation.
Yeah, more than 3,000 people have been on the show since the beginning of COVID. Alexandra, thank you. Awesome job. Joseph.
Yes, sir.
How was your experience in the Real Raw today? Thank you for your courage, vulnerability, and sharing your awesomeness. How was your experience?
Well, first things first, thank you so much, Sean, for all that you do as well. Obviously, Trey and Stephanie, I appreciate your time, and also Gina as well. But yes, my experience was awesome. I do appreciate I appreciate the atmosphere of faith, right? I appreciate the lessons. I appreciate the feedback, which I've been able to take and immediately learn different things that I'm able to use for myself moving forward. So I'm grateful.
Thank you. And thank you for being here, brother. You did a fantastic job. And Dr. Adrian, how was your experience today? Again, loving the South Florida dynamic. And please.
It was great. I think, lesson in active listening. I mean, if we look at it objectively, job interviews and sales, a lot of it has to do with how well you communicate and how well you convey your message. So there's a time restriction. He said 3 minutes. Within 30 seconds, he said the words divinely led, and that created connection, energy connection, which led to the remaining part of the conversation. But yeah, just a great lesson in, active listening, communicating, conveying the right message, being clear, and connecting, even, spiritually as well.
Awesome. Great job, brother. And thank you so much for being here. Let's go. Lyndon, OsteoStrong, impacting the world, changing the health paradigm and dynamic for sure. How was your time here, Lyndon?
Sean, it was fantastic. Again, thanks to you and your team for making this available. I can't say how much you've impacted us. Visiting Nashville, the convention, what you did there. Kyle has talked about you over and over and over again in terms of his exposure, his experience, and what it's done for him. I think this was wonderful. And I am particularly moved by the faith element of it. I tend to say around our home that God is a master at connecting the dots. He just needs us to participate. And far too often we just don't participate. So I am infinitely blessed that you all participated today and I was invited into it.
Amen.
Hey, that really resonated when you just said, I just have to share real quick. You just said infinitely blessed, and that just really struck me because a young lady came up to me yesterday and said, I have a gift for you. And she puts this on my wrist. I didn't know who this person was. She puts this on my wrist, and I said, well, I immediately see, I don't know if you can see this, but I immediately see a yay, which is our whole thing, yay, which is a synonym, or it's an expression of triumph and expression of joy. And it has an infinity right here. And I said, wait a second. I see yay, which is my word. You'll see me a lot. Almost always I have a yay on my head because it represents everything I stand for. It's hard to rip it off my head, but I chose this hat today. But it says it has YAY and an infinity symbol. And the message I got yesterday was infinite yays, infinite blessings. So when you said infinite blessings, I didn't associate the yay with blessing until you just said that. So thank you. That just goes hand in hand.
And how was your experience today, brother? That's beautiful, and thank you for sharing.
Memorable, divine, fantastic, extraordinary.
Awesome. And what would you say to people if they're like, what is should I go on that thing? What would you tell them?
I would say absolutely. If you want your life to change for the better, it's something that I know you can do, but my encouragement is that you can't not do it, therefore you actually do it. So yes, absolutely do it.
Amen. Well, thank you, Trey.
Thank you, Sean.
Final for you, Steph.
Final is it has been a beautiful, faith-filled show, day of extraordinary individuals that were here. And you mentioned earlier in the role play with Trey that Tony Robbins said that there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Kelly. And if you don't know what he's up to, you need to. And so I would take that advice. The team is putting a gift in the chat for you on what actually influence is. The 4 steps, the 4 energies, and the 12 indispensable elements. I would take Tony Robbins' advice and download that guide so you can learn what we're up to and speak to one of our strategists.
And I want to thank you for that, Steph. You share all Nicole Maiello. This is Tink, our chief of staff on Magic. I don't get on that stage one time, let alone 14 times, without this woman rocking it, causing me to step into Platinum Partnership and make a decision for my future and my life, and then preparing every single time, sleeping how many hours last night?
I think 2.
2 hours last night, making everything get ready to go. She is extraordinary. Let's hear it for Tink. So listen, you know what, Trey? And you hit it. This man is insightful, influential.
Thank you.
Our money, time, and magic is like right there in front of us. The expansion in abundance and integrity, and whether we know it or not, Joseph, Trey, oh my goodness, Alexandra, Dr. Adrian, Lyndon, Stephanie. The challenge is we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
All right, thank you
Bye-bye,
guys.
everyone.
Love you.
Yes, take care.
Guys, thank you.